ALG really saved me. I put all of my success on joining this group. People constantly checking in saved me.
I made so many friends with people that I've never met, but I feel incredibly close to, and I consider them family.
It really is a family. It is a place where you can just be yourself and there is no judgment. There is no shame. You are so welcome there.
Nobody has to be in this alone. Everybody is either going through or has gone through the same thing at one point.
Let's do this.
Welcome back to the ALG podcast. If you're listening to this on the day it dropped, then happy Friday to you. Really quick at the top of the show, if you guys could 5-star rate reviews, we love reading those reviews and we love those 5-star ratings, so please keep them coming. Guys, today's podcast is sponsored by Redcon One. For the highest state of readiness, use Redcon One promo code T20JARPS. That's JARPS T20JARPS. And guys, welcome back. Here we go. David, I'm really not used to you not interrupting.
Are you proud of me?
I am. I'm kind of proud of you. As always, I am John Arpino, otherwise known as JR's Journey, and I'm joined alongside today my partner in crime, Fit_D-Rock, who promised me he's going to be on his best behavior today. I don't really believe him. And we are the Accountable Life Group, ALG, coming at you live in living color. Yes, David.
Question. So you specifically talked to me during the intro and brought me into it. That doesn't count as me.
No, that doesn't count.
Interrupting you, correct?
No.
Okay, then I.
No, you did good. I'm impressed. If we could keep this up for another 2 weeks, that'd be great.
That is too funny.
I'm just, I was going through the whole. I have this intro down. You know what I mean? And the fact that you didn't interrupt threw me off because I'm like, eventually I'm like, he's gonna jump in probably right here, and then you didn't jump in. And then I was like, all right, here it comes. Oh, no, he's really not jumping in. And I was like, fuck.
I kept those lips.
You did.
I'm
sealed. Proud of you. That was really good.
I was singing in my head backwards.
I'm impressed.
We all can learn. We can all grow. We can all develop.
Grow, adapt, live, grit, limitless, talent, execution, hustle. Oh, I can actually kind of read them this time. Talent means nothing without hard work. That's the only one I can read. Execution, stop. Nope, that's it.
Stop talking about it and do it and put in the work. Something like that. I'm reading it.
Guys,
backwards.
you have to see these really nice word wall thing that David has going on in his house. In case he doesn't know what verbiage to use in an Instagram post, he just walks into his little man cave and
just takes it.
He closes his eyes and just points at whatever one he hits. That's the topic of the post.
That's how it works. That's exactly how I do it. If you didn't look, my last post literally has grit in it.
It probably does. I bet you a fucking 1,000% it does. You're gonna see him on a TikTok, and he's gonna be in his rolly chair backwards. He's gonna turn around. He's gonna have grit right in his hands. You need this.
I'm gonna start making my own. Damn it.
Making your own signs or making your own TikToks?
Make my own signs. I make my own TikToks. You rascal. All right. Beautiful people, we got an awesome topic of the night. And what's fun to me is how we're going to specify it, because we're going to get the generic one out early because everyone's going to ask this. This is how it always works. And I'm going to kind of share a little tidbit on that, which is number one, this topic of discussion for John and myself is if we had to start over. I was 410 pounds again, pre-surgeries. You were what, 570?
No. Wow.
550?
No, my highest recorded weight is 5'10", maybe 520.
Whatever. See, I don't know you that well.
You just gave me a fucking fuck ton of weight. It was just like you was 60 pounds heavier. 5'10",
5'10", 570. It's like once you hit 5, it's all the same. And
bitch.
And you had pre-surgeries. So the question is if we had to start over. From the information we know now, what would we do different in the transformation? So you get the first one out of the way. The generic.
Oh, yeah. The generic answer, obviously, as always, is start sooner.
Start sooner, obviously.
And that's
to a degree. I will humbly, respectfully, and honestly tell you, I wouldn't take away my 400-pound life.
No, and I know I feel a lot of the same way. I would. If I had to redo this whole journey again, I wouldn't change a lot of it because I feel like my 500-pound life really taught me a lot of lessons,
Agreed. So
it
that's
built
where that's
a lot
where
of character, you know what I mean?
and that's
without it, go ahead.
no 100%. That's why I wouldn't take it away.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, with that being said, there are maybe tactics, there are things we've learned nutritionally, fitness wise. I think that's where we should take this.
Right.
That is a learning curve. And so for you, what are some off the top of your head? Fitness, nutrition, stuff like that, more than anything. Maybe some mental stuff. But
also really quick, before I dive into that, for me, my journey was a little bit different than a lot of people's, only because of the fact that like my big turning event, like what made me finally say, okay, I need to change, was almost dying in my house. Like I code blued in my house. It was awful. It was terrible. I would never want to relive that experience ever again. But it sucks, looking back on it and knowing that the only reason why I changed my lifestyle was because it killed me. Mm-hmm. So obviously when I say, starting sooner, I mean starting before that almost death moment. And I don't want to erase, like we were just saying before, I don't want to erase a lot about my journey, but definitely, if I could stress this to a lot of people, if you're listening to this and you're in a spot where, your health isn't that great because, whatever, you have high blood pressure, sleep apnea, asthma, blah, 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 and you're obese, morbidly obese, wherever you are, please don't let it get to the point where like you have that, oh fuck, I'm gonna die moment, because sometimes you don't come back. Like I'm very blessed, like thank God every day that I got a second chance. But if you've been tossing around in your mind like maybe today's the day that I start, and you're sitting in a similar spot that I was, please let that day be the day you start, please. So anyway, David, back to what you just asked me. What are some tactics, excuse me, and tricks today, Junior? Absolutely. Tactics and tricks I would have done in the beginning,
or maybe sooner.
Not the beginning. Sooner. I definitely would have dived a little bit more into self-belief, only because I had this mentality the whole time of like, I constantly told myself you can't do something, whatever the case. It could have been something really simple. You know what I mean? But
so it was all areas of life, or
all areas of life.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, all areas of life. I was very, very down on myself.
Okay.
I needed a lot of help in school. Just in all areas of my life, I just had some sort of issue, and I was just always told from a lot of people, you can't do XYZ because of XYZ. So that was just my crutch for everything. Okay. Didn't matter what it was. So definitely self-belief. I would have definitely dived more into learning about self-belief, actually believing in myself, not just, bullshitting and just be like, oh yeah, I believe I could do something. No, like actually like you can fucking do this. Stop playing around. Stop.
And what was your tactic? And from that experience doing it earlier, what would you have done? What helped you
put
build?
In effort.
Okay. Put in effort. Okay.
Yeah. There was no effort to be had. Yeah, exactly. Right. Anything that seemed out of my realm of possibilities, I'd just be like, I can't.
Yep. Don't even try.
Do it. Yeah.
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, it's easy to say you're never going to lose weight when you don't even fucking try.
Right.
It's easy to say you're never going to go to college when you don't study.
Right. Like again, I dropped out of college because I couldn't walk around the campus. I did try. I tried for two solid weeks. And then I physically couldn't keep up with it. And, I regret that a lot, like I want to take night classes eventually. And I think that's like one of the first times I've really talked about that in a public forum, but like, yeah, I would love to go back and get a degree of some sort just because I know that I'm capable of it. I'm very smart. Like
just don't waste 130 grand.
No, I'm going to go to Phoenix Institute of Technology, or whatever the fuck those commercials used to be about. But anyway, what is something that you would have done earlier on, given the opportunity?
Earlier on, I think one of the biggest, see, I still go back to, I'm happy I took the cardio approach for the first 100 pounds.
Right.
Because could I have done it a little sooner? Yes. I think one of the ones that would be interesting to me was actually I just did a podcast earlier today with someone else. Podcast. I'm starting to talk like you. And one of the things I talked about was the pendulum of I went from 15 to 20 Diet Cokes a day to basically the pendulum of synthetic sugars are controlling my life,
Right.
to then coming down the center of like, hey, moderation with synthetic sugars. Because there was a point in time within my transformation that I believed that 5 grams of real sugar was better than 40 grams of synthetic sugar. And it's like, really, when you think about that, or the equivalent of 40 grams of synthetic sugar, and it's like, no, because calories, man. You just took in extra calories that could have not been that.
You're saying from eating real sugar.
Correct. Like,
Okay.
I went to a point where I was so down the rabbit hole of the negative belief of synthetic sugars,
okay,
that like I would rather. Now, again, I wasn't drinking something with 40 grams of sugar. That wasn't even an option.
right.
But I went to this point where I was like, I would rather have something with 5 grams of real sugar than a diet Pepsi.
Right.
And it's like, no, that's stupid. Like, and looking back on it now, it's like that was too far off of the of realistic and where things were at.
Right.
Was this over dramatic fear of synthetic sugars? That would be one thing. So like, hey, a diet Dr. Pepper at the end of the night is not freaking a big deal.
Absolutely.
And then outside of that, I mean, I will say getting back into carbs faster. I went through a solid,
I was just about to say that.
2.5 years of war on carbs.
Me too.
Like it was pretty significant. And I mean, you go down that rabbit hole.
That's a scary place to be.
Yeah. And again, it's not bad. Like, don't get me wrong. Like the classic to me is did I do well doing low carb? Yeah. I mean, I did fine. Did I have the ultimate lifts that I do now? Do I push the same amount of weight that I do now? Now it's a double-edged sword because obviously I've been doing it for longer. But I would say that the carbs and a couple things like that definitely would have enhanced workouts. Absolutely. Back in the day.
Well, I'd like to preface it with this. So right now on my prep, I'm eating the most carbs that I've probably eaten in the last since 2016. So 5 years. I've eaten 3 ounces of carbs for every meal. If a meal included carbs, I was only eating 3 ounces. And now I'm eating a full cup of carbs per meal right now. I'm eating 3
and
meals
rice
a day.
is your go-to carbs?
And rice is my go-to carb. Yeah. I will tell you that I probably would not have been able to do this 2 years ago because of the fact that I was so afraid of carbs, like deathly afraid of carbs. And I have noticed a significant, and I'm only 3 weeks in on prep, so I notice a significant increase in my lifts, in my energy, in everything. Like I am lifting way more, way harder, way stronger than I've ever lifted. And obviously the only factor that I can say that is from is the increase of carbs. Now, I know, just because I know my own mentality, that when I'm off this, what I'm doing, I probably won't eat as many carbs, but I definitely will eat a little bit more carbs than I was before this. But yeah, like
now with the increased carbs, did you drop your fats at all too for calories, or?
There's no fats.
Huh?
No. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'm eating. You want to know what I'm eating? Should I fucking give the red? Like,
yeah. What do you got?
I'm
just intrigued what your macros are and stuff.
They're 6 ounces of chicken per meal.
Okay.
6
How many meals?
I'm eating 3 solid meals a day, like food meals a day. I'm eating 2 shakes right now a day.
6, 12, 18 ounces chicken.
So, and then I'm eating 3 cups of rice a day.
Okay.
And I'm eating 9 ounces of broccoli a day.
Okay, so you are low fat. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a high protein, mid carb, low fat. Okay, cool.
Yep.
Cool. Yep, and then that sounds like you're eating about 1,800 maybe.
Yeah, probably 1,800 calories.
Somewhere in that range. So you're eating, that's like 70, 140. It's like 210, maybe 220 grams of protein ish.
Maybe
off the top of my head.
Yeah,
somewhere in
sure.
that range.
Whatever you say. I don't fucking know.
I'm trying to count it in my head. I'm like, I need my MyFitnessPal real quick to count it
Yeah,
up.
no, I
Okay.
don't know. I was actually gonna do that yesterday, and then I just got caught up and lazy
Gotcha.
and tired.
Gotcha. No, that makes sense. Yeah, just adding more carbs. I would say one for me that is super unique because to be honest, in the last 7 years, I would say 80% of my workouts have been by myself.
Oh wow, I can't say the same.
Probably 80,
Nope,
80%.
not at all.
And with that, the reason why the couple things that I would have done differently, I would have done more workouts, more things with people. Reason being, and this is going to sound petty, I would love to have more videos, more pictures of myself.
No, absolutely.
From an outside perspective, because if you look at all my pictures, they're all fucking selfies in the mirror.
Yeah,
they're all selfies in the mirror, and that's cool and all. But it's like it's like right now with freaking Heavy to Modified, where Anthony, where it's like,
oh, but his content is great.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's like he has like a camera crew with him at all times. It's so fucking cool because it's like, I wish I would have had that. Now, again, it should have had to be like a freaking camera crew like he's got. No, but just the idea of having more videos from
I had
outside.
That.
See, I didn't.
I had that.
Like, and not to mention with that, my 410-pound picture of myself, I don't have.
Yeah.
I think I talked about this.
That.
Yeah. I deleted my 410-pound picture.
Such a
so bitch. I know. I regret that. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, and that's another thing I really want to stress. Like, if you're just starting this journey, or maybe you've started it for a little while and you haven't started taking pictures yet, take pictures, take video, because when you complete a huge chunk of your goals or all your goals or whatever the case may be, you're going to want to look back and you're going to want to make those comparisons. I don't care if you're into the whole hashtag Transformation Tuesday, face-to-face Friday, how's your mother Saturday? Like, I don't give a shit about that. But like, do it for yourself. Because there's pictures and videos that I have that I will never, ever, ever post, but they're probably better pieces of content than what I have. You know what I mean? Just because it's just like, sometimes I need that. Like, I mean,
I just look at all of my old stuff and it's all selfies.
But that doesn't come from me. Like, I've said this on the podcast previously too. Like, when I started out 510, 515, whatever I was, John, like, I was told by Steve when I started working with Steve, go home and take a picture of yourself shirtless.
Yep.
Like, and I didn't want, like, I was petrified to do that. Absolutely petrified. And now when I look at it, I'm just like, fucking hell.
This is so cool. No, I agree. And again, if you're an introvert and you're thinking about like, oh, well, I don't want to take pictures. I don't want, that's not the point.
Right.
Like the point is being,
it's not a vanity thing.
Yeah. And it's not about like, you don't even have to ever publish them. That's fine.
Right.
But just being able to see your transformation from outside of yourself.
Absolutely.
And be like, holy shit, I remember that day. I remember what was going through my head and look where I'm at now.
Right.
Just being able to see more of yourself in different lenses gives you a lot better perspective. And so like making, I mean, as simple as it is, making like motivational or videos of yourself talking about where you're at. Like, hey, I'm 310 right now.
So that's what I wish I had more of.
Okay.
So I have workout videos and I have selfies and I have pictures taken by other people. But one of the things that I really don't have a lot of, and I'm sure they're in like, some of them are in my archives on like Instagram story archives. But like, I really wish that I would have taken more videos like that of talking to the camera, even if I never would have released it.
Yep.
Just talking to the camera, saying exactly where I was at, how I was feeling, this, that, and the third, because I have some really cool milestones like that recorded, but I wish that I had way more, way more.
I think there's something to be said too, not only about the positives, but the negatives.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I wish I would have had videos of me talking to myself of like, after like a fuck up and like eating something stupid. And then like, you're just getting a video like, all right, well,
I'm an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah, that just happened. Like, actually, as a joke, I always talked about it. I never freaking did it.
Yeah.
And this goes across every platform. I'm sure 99.9% of people in every walk of life have so many shoulds that never turn into musts. And one of which I wish I would have done from the get-go to prove a point was when I used to have my quote unquote celebration meals. I always joked about when I was with people and I'd eat this big old pizza or whatever it was. And I would just kind of just like, hey, let myself have a meal. It's not a big deal. I always joked about taking a picture of it and creating a hashtag back to 400.
Yeah.
I always joke, guys, hashtag back to 400. And it was like this big old plate of food.
Yep. Absolutely.
And I never did. I like that kind of stuff of like more the darker, down and dirty stuff, like the things that aren't the sunshine cap of the iceberg kind of vibe, where I will admit, like, say my videos on TikTok, for example, they get old because it's me just doing the same shit because all I have content of is my biggest moments.
Right.
And
well, that's another thing that I wanted to say. Like, don't be afraid. Like, obviously, if you're recording yourself working out and whatever, you're gonna have video of you failing. Don't delete those videos. Like, don't. One, because you'll see progress. Like, just based off failure, you'll see progression when you finally get whatever workout you're trying to do down. But not only that, like, it's good to see yourself fail. And it's good to remember the moments that you fail, because then you'll know why, like, what made you mess up? How did you mess up? Where did you mess up? And then it's just a mental trigger to not mess up again. Like, a lot of my stuff that I, post on Instagram and used to post, when I was really in the midst of my journey, I posted a lot of failure. Like, it'd be me working out and I'd look great, but it'd be me failing, or it'd be me working out to failure. And like, I think it's cool. Like, let's just take Heavy to Modified again, just because we brought him up before. I think it's awesome watching him work out over and over and over again, doing different stuff. But he's good at everything, or it's like the best shots of everything that he's doing. And this is no like smoke to him. That's my boy. I don't care. But if I was somebody who was on the other, the other end of the coin now, or if I was someone who was in a similar spot that he is in right now, I would be interested in seeing failure. Like, I want to relate to you, but that's a whole nother podcast episode, whatever. But like,
no, 100%.
Save your
I get you.
failures.
Yeah. And it's like having that balance of the two. If everything you're doing is just a positive, and like goal, it's like, that's cool and all, but we all know you're full of shit.
Right. You can't win every time.
You can't win every time. You're not perfect every fucking day.
Right.
Like, and sometimes capturing the moments of when you fuck up, not only is what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
I feel like we need to buy you a thesaurus that is just going to sit next to you from now on.
Cathartic was the word I was looking for.
Oh, nice. That was good. That's like a $3 word.
$3 word.
Yeah.
Cathartic to yourself, which is like, it makes you feel good knowing that you can go to your darker moments, see what fucked you up, and see where you're at now, and being like, that's what used to fuck me up.
Right.
Here's where I'm at now.
And this is what fucks me up now.
Your boy's getting stronger.
Right.
And like,
absolutely.
Not only on the winnings, it's huge. On both sides, the sunshine and the non-rainbows.
Yeah.
I said sunshine. I was like, shit, what's the opposite of sunshine? Darkness, I guess. Night.
Rain,
non-bows, rain, non-bows. But I guess that would be a big one for me. Like, going back full circle is just being more recording and like of where you're at in your journey. Yeah. And again, it does not have to be published. You can just keep it for yourself. That's fine. But it gives you perspective. It gives you more things to look at.
Hell yeah. Is there any programs that you wish you could have went back and either did better at, not tried at all?
No. I mean, in programs nutritionally or fitness or both or all the above. Okay. P90. I mean, I guess CrossFit is cool and all. I still don't massively vibe with it. I just enjoy more the bodybuilding-esque type workouts. Yeah. Now, I did just get a rowing machine, which is awesome. Concept 2.
But I don't consider that a CrossFit.
Yeah. Well, it's what they always use. So I know it's like, that's what I think about. No sponsorship dollars for the Concept 2 plug. But like, I don't know. I do wish I would do more CrossFit because it's just such a communicative thing. I enjoy, like, you see the vibe that they create and that friendship. I guess that would be something I would do earlier personally. My transformation was, yes, it was on Instagram, but it wasn't in the weight loss community. Like, I wasn't into like the weight loss community as you were.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Finish your thought. And then I'm going to chime in.
Yeah. Well, because I mean, mine was start with a network marketing company. And so I had my, like, that kind of vibe of communication, but like, it wasn't in, I would post my stuff too about my weight loss, but it wasn't about weight loss.
I understand.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
And so building a better relationship with people. No, it's not completely true, because there's plenty of people even inside the Vima days where I built great relationships about weight loss that needed to lose 100+ pounds. Obviously when the company went down, things change. But that'd be something in and of itself, of just having that better relationship with people in the community.
Mm-hmm.
What were you about to say?
No, I was just going to say, like, when I started JR's journey, I was not in the weight loss community. I was very anti-weight loss community. I wanted nothing to do with the weight loss community. I wasn't a fan of it.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah.
My Instagram was just made with the sole purpose of having a diary. And then one thing led to another, and then people within my personal life found it, and yada yada yada, and then I was on the news locally, and that's how it got bigger. But like, I didn't start off in the weight loss community. I didn't want anyone to know what I was doing, because I was so afraid that I was going to fail again. And I was not that failure's relative, that I was going to quit again. Yeah. Failure's whatever. I'll fail every fucking day of the week. But I won't quit. So that's the only difference. But just like I was in network marketing for a really long time. I was in promotional marketing for a really long time. So I get it. I have a lot of those people on my current, the Instagram, JR's Journey Instagram, because that's how people were finding me, you know? So, but yeah.
Yeah. And then, I'm trying to think of what are some very realistic things for people, looking back at where I'm at now to where I would say there's a certain level of, it goes both ways. What I was going to say,
don't buy into all the like the supplement fad.
I was thinking about that,
because like we said this on a previous podcast a couple of weeks back. But when I started my journey, I went into a supplement shop, walked in, and was like, "Hey, I'm 510 pounds. I want to change my life. I just started going to the gym. What is some stuff that you could give me?" And the only thing that has stayed consistent that I buy from that day is protein powder.
Yep.
That's it. I don't buy BCAAs. I don't buy ECAAs. I don't buy creatine.
Well, creatine's fine. But outside
creatine's fine. But I'm just saying like, like, I don't buy fat burners,
No, stay away from all that shit.
Yeah. So like, don't buy into that bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
If I could redo it, I would definitely, because that fucking bottle of BCAAs was like $25. If I had that $25 right now with inflation, it'd be like $26.70.
And if you would have put it into Bitcoin,
shut the fuck up. I don't want to talk about Bitcoin.
Oh, that's funny. My portfolio is doing really well right now. What? FOMO.
It's not FOMO. Well, yes, no, yeah, it is FOMO. Yeah. Well, no, it's not FOMO. It was not fear of missing out. It was, I was too scared to pull the trigger. I had a chance to get into Bitcoin really low.
I know.
And I was a bitch.
I know. At the time, it's a logical conclusion. Risk management. Should you have done some? Yes. Should you put your entire portfolio? No. But that's a whole other can of worms.
Send me some Bitcoin.
Well, it's 60K.
Yeah.
I'll sell it to you for 60K.
No. What do you have? One whole Bitcoin?
Don't worry about it.
How many you have? Don't be a bitch. Tell the people.
So going off of other because BCAAs, EAAs, we're pivoting this conversation.
Look, he's getting all red in the face.
BCAAs, is all that kind of stuff. I think it's interesting because, like, again, 90-10 rule. 90% of the time should be spent on nutrition, 10% on the rest.
Right.
Like, and that goes honestly for the gym too. It's like, now I will say when it comes to working out, I think I would have asked for a trainer earlier. Now, preface that, the right trainer. Yeah. Because there's a lot of bullshit trainers out there.
Absolutely.
Just like there's a lot of bullshit nutrition coaches. There's a lot of bullshit financial gurus. There's bullshit everywhere. So discerning that is like one of the hardest things to do in the world. But I would definitely say getting a coach earlier especially in the nutrition and.
Did you ever have a trainer?
Yeah, a little bit. A couple different platforms. I mean, obviously.
Always at Planet Fitness?
No, I never at Planet Fitness.
I was going to say.
My trainer was Planet Fitness is a lot of things. I don't know if I'd recommend a personal trainer for Planet Fitness. I'm sorry, Planet Fitness.
I'm not sorry, Planet Fitness.
Yeah, they're about as useful. Most of them, again, they're contrary. Not everyone, but
you know, I just found out my little sister is a desk girl at Planet Fitness.
Really?
My little sister, yeah, she recently just moved upstate. She bought a house with her boyfriend. She got a job right now. She's in between jobs. She's like,
how does it make you feel?
I laughed. She laughed. We laughed together. She said the best part of this is she's like, I get free gym membership. She's like, I go ride the treadmill, you know, because she's in the middle of a weight loss journey herself.
Cool.
But yeah.
Cool. But yeah, my two trainers, number one was right after I'd lost about 100 pounds. I was back from college for a summer, and this was like my senior into super senior year.
Right.
And it was a person at the MVP Sportsplex in Grand Rapids, girl, very good at what she did.
You had a girl, really?
I had a girl, and she was cutie. She was a cutie. And honestly, so one of the jokes was.
So now, did it make you feel intimidated? She was stronger than you, faster than you, more powerful than you?
One of the things that really effed me up was when I first started doing bicep curls, because I like early on, I was so, and you're going to make a pun out of this. I'm already ready for it.
Okay.
Literally, I could curl 25s in my right arm, and I could only curl like 10s in my left.
You know why, but I'm the same way.
It was so, now it's not, it's even now, but like at the time it was so crazy and it messed me. I'm like, why the fuck can I curl 25s my right and 10s with my left? Like, this is ridiculous.
Yep.
But I took like 10 training lessons from her, and I told her, I was like, hey, I already lost 100 pounds. I need this more on like, give me functional stuff so I don't mess myself up. That's what this is for. And she's like, cool. And then the other one was Seth, who you've met Seth, or you've indirectly met Seth. He's now a chiropractor and all that stuff. Before he got his chiropractor license and all that kind of stuff, he was doing personal training, and so he whooped my ass for a half a summer.
Shout out to Seth.
And he can whoop your ass.
I wish I could whoop your ass for half the summer.
Good luck, boy.
You're a bitch.
I will, boy.
All right, give the people one more, because then we have to wrap this baby up.
Wrap us up. One last one on something I would do different now if I had to restart. So outside of nutrition, supplementation.
Oh, you know what? What about, like, did you buy into a lot of the bullshit, like healthy meals? Like,
no,
I don't want to name brands or anything like that.
No, never did it.
Were you a big protein snack guy?
Actually, no. The only thing I got into, no, I really didn't, because I always thought they tasted like ball sacks. Like most of your health, these generic.
David knows what ball sack tastes like.
I knew you were going to say that. They just always tasted so bad. I enjoy to cook, and actually, this is what someone.
That's a good one.
Yeah, learn to cook early. Yeah,
I don't cook.
Yep.
If I knew now how to cook and I didn't have to rely on other people to help me with my meal prep, I'm gonna talk to you like a grown ass man right now. I do not cook. Okay. I will probably burn a fucking house down. I could eat. I enjoy to do
That's
that.
funny.
Cooking, not so much. I'll clean some dishes. I've been taught now how to clean dishes. I was a spoiled little Italian boy. I'm not afraid to admit this, people. My grandma loved me. I just didn't cook. I still don't cook. If I knew how to cook, boy, it'd be a game changer. But now I'm just like an old man. My life's almost over. Why should I learn how to cook now?
Yeah, you really need to learn how to cook. 'Cause it makes life so much easier. Like being able, I mean, come on. You see my Instagram, my stuffed salmon, crab salmon, crab cakes and salmon.
I don't look at shit like that because I can't eat it, but sure.
Fucking delicious. Come on. Grilled. I do it's put it at like 400 degrees on the grill. You do 70% on one side, gets the bottom nice and crispy, flip it to crisp up the crab cake on the top for about 3 more minutes, flip
You're a
back
fucking
over some
crab cake.
lemon.
I can't wait for all the DMs I'm about to get later. You can't cook? You don't know how to cook?
Oh, good. So good. So yes, that would be one, but it's never been an issue for me, but it's an issue for you. Learn how to cook.
Yeah, learn how to cook.
Don't
guys.
allow,
Don't be a bitch.
yeah, don't just sit there and live off. And this is like external versus internal. If you're always relying on someone else to control your decisions, you're fucked.
Yeah, no, you really are fucked because there's been times where I've had to figure it the fuck out
Yeah.
because of the fact that I couldn't get the help that I needed.
Yeah.
in
What,
that
you see
moment in
Quest
time.
bars the whole fucking time?
Yeah, or whatever
And
I had
protein
to do.
shakes. Shit,
Yeah.
I can make a protein shake and I can eat Quest bar.
or spend money that I didn't need to spend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so that would be one, is learn how to cook. And you don't have to make crazy meals. You can make basic meals
No.
taste
Guys,
great.
chicken and rice goes a long way.
Yeah. Yeah. But learn how to cook.
Yeah, learn how to cook, guys. Definitely. Anything else?
This was good. Nice.
I like
nice
this
and still.
episode.
This was solid.
Absolutely.
Different content, different things we talked about.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for joining us today. If you listen to this to the end, guys, if you could 5-star rate and review the podcast, I would really, really appreciate it. David really doesn't care that much. I really want you to 5-star rate it though. So if you're really anti-David, I know a lot of you are. 5-star rate and review the podcast. Subscribe
And if
to our
you
channel on
love
YouTube.
David, you should 4-star rate.
We're gonna have the weirdest ratings ever. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because we would really like that to have a little bit more traction.
Yes.
The more subscriptions we get on the YouTube, the
I would love to make
more
some new
different
stuff.
Content. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we'll switch up the content.
Yeah, we'll throw
You
some new
gotta
stuff
show
on
up.
YouTube.
You know what I mean? You can join us each and every single Wednesday night on the Accountable Life Group community call. That's at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Pacific, each and every Wednesday night. You can purchase the ALG Accountable Life Journal on Amazon.com. If you're interested in group or one-on-one one-on-two coaching, you can go on to algcoaching.com.
And something that's actually really cool, I'm going to preface this. We're almost completely full on group coaching.
Yeah, so
Just so you know.
yeah, we're almost really full on group coaching. By the time 2022 hits, prices may go up. You know, I'm not even responsible for this shit. They just tell me. I just read the shit at the end of the podcast. You know, I'm not even here. They don't pay me enough for this. So coaching, again, you could go save money on redcon.com, redcon1.com by using promo code T20JOPS. I don't fucking know.
I love you.
Oh, David, you know what?
Oh, actually, I want to share something because it's very, just so everyone knows, guys. We've been doing this for a year and a half.
Yeah.
We've started a company together, like legal, everything. We got clients together. We got all this kind of stuff. We got cash moving. We got sponsorships. We got all this kind of stuff. I've never met John in person to this day. And actually last week I got to meet Jess, who's in our community. Jess is awesome.
Yeah.
And the fact that Jess is the first person I met in the community after a year and a half is pretty fucking funny.
I've met a lot of people in the community.
I've still yet to meet you.
Yeah, I know. Well, anyway, David, have a happy birthday on Saturday.
You as well, sir.
Thank you, sir. That's another fun fact about us. We have the same birthday, never
Same
met in real
birthday,
life.
except
That
for
we
we're
didn't even know that we had the same
2
birthday.
years apart.
Yeah,
2.
you're gonna be 29.
I turned 30.
Oh, you turned 30 this year. Yeah, I'm gonna be 28.
Yeah, so we're 2 years apart. Dirty 30, baby.
Congratulations.
Dirty 30.
All right, that's all, folks.
Totals.
Roll the credits. Play the music. Stay beautiful. Stay sexy. Stay accountable.